Persian army vanished. How did they disappear? In 525 BCE, 50,000 of Persia's finest warriors marched into the Egyptian desert and vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers of a curse. No graves, no battle cries, just an entire empire's fury swallowed by the dunes as if the earth itself opened its jaws. Ancient historians called it divine wrath, but modern archaeologists whisper of something far darker, a cover-up lost to time. What really happened to Cambyses' army? The answer may lie buried beneath the sands if you dare to dig. King Cambyses II, the ruthless conqueror of Egypt, sent his army to crush the rebellious oracle of Amen, a mission that should have been a victory march. But the 1,300-kilometer march to the Siwa Oasis became a death sentence, as the desert twisted into a labyrinth of scorching winds and mirages. Herodotus claimed a cataclysmic sandstorm buried them alive, yet no mass grave has ever been found, just eerie silence. Modern satellite scans reveal strange geometric shapes under the western desert. Could these be the bones of Cambyses' lost legion? Local Bedouin legends speak of a cursed wind that steals men's souls, leaving only echoes of their final screams. But geologists argue, even the deadliest storms leave traces, so where are the swords, the shields, the skeletons? Some whisper of treason, that the army defected to the oracle, erased from history by a king's rage. One thing is certain, this isn't just a mystery of the past, it's a riddle that refuses to stay buried. The Persian army's march to Siwa was no ordinary campaign. It was a desperate strike against the oracle of Amen, who dared defy Cambyses' godlike rule. Ancient texts describe a sudden, unnatural darkness descending at noon, as if the sun itself fled from what came next. Some soldiers reportedly heard whispers in the wind, voices chanting in a language older than Babylon, warning them to turn back. Then the ground trembled, not like an earthquake but rhythmic, almost deliberate, as if something beneath the sand was waking up. Herodotus claims a wall of sand 100 feet high swallowed the army whole, but no storm moves with such precision. Survivors, if there were any, spoke of a sound, like 1,000 doors slamming shut, before silence smothered the desert. Cambyses, waiting in Memphis, received no final message, just the hollow absence of 50,000 men who never reached Siwa. The oracle, when questioned later, merely smiled and said, "The desert answers only to its own gods." Modern meteorologists confirm, the western desert storms can rage for days, but none explain why no bodies were ever found. Even if every man perished, where are the mass graves, the sun-bleached bones, the remnants of an empire's pride? Some theorists suggest the army split, fragments defecting, others lost, but Persian discipline made mutiny nearly unthinkable. Others propose hallucinogenic desert plants, but no toxin leaves 50,000 men vanished without a single straggler. The most chilling theory, they weren't erased by nature, but by someone who wanted their fate forgotten. Whatever happened, one truth remains, this was no accident. The desert hides its secrets well, but not forever. In 2009, a team of Egyptian archaeologists stumbled upon a cave, its walls etched with Persian symbols, its floor littered with strange bones. The bones showed no battle wounds, yet their positioning suggested a sudden panicked end, as if they'd fled something unseen. Then in 2014, a sandstorm exposed a cluster of arrowheads, Persian, but fused together by heat no desert could naturally produce. Satellite imagery in 2016 revealed unnatural straight lines beneath the dunes, too precise for erosion, too vast for tombs. Geologists identified them as fulgurites, glass formed by lightning strikes, but the patterns matched no known storm's path. In 2018, a Bedouin trader sold a dagger inscribed with Cambyses' seal, found near Siwa, yet untouched by rust or time. Lab tests confirmed the metal's purity, but its edge was unnaturally sharp, as if forged by techniques lost to history. Then in 2020, seismic scans detected a hollow space beneath the desert, large enough to hold an army, yet perfectly sealed. Local guides refused to go near it, claiming the ground there drinks sound, footsteps, voices, even machinery hums vanish. In 2022, a drone spotted a metallic reflection, Digging revealed a Persian officer's helmet, its interior lined with hieroglyphs. The inscriptions weren't warnings, they were coordinates, pointing to a site even older than the pyramids. The latest theory, the army found something beneath the sand, something that demanded silence or demanded sacrifice. As of 2023, the Egyptian government has restricted access to the area, citing safety concerns, but whispers say they found more. One archaeologist leaked this before his sudden resignation. They didn't disappear, they're still down there, and they're not alone. Local legends speak of Amun's curse, a divine sandstorm summoned to protect Siwa, turning invaders into statues of salt and bone. But historians note Cambyses had already conquered Egypt. Why would the gods wait until this march to strike? Bedouin tales describe ghost armies wandering the dunes at night, their bronze armor fused to skeletal remains. Yet no archaeological dig has ever found these fused remains, only scattered artifacts suggesting a hurried retreat. Some whisper of Persian sorcery, that Cambyses' mages opened a portal to another realm, dooming their own men. But Persian texts from the era mention no such magic, only meticulous records of rations and marching orders. The most chilling myth claims the desert itself is alive, that it hungered that day and was fed. Geologists counter that sand behaves predictably, yet admit the western desert's singing dunes defy explanation. Ancient Egyptian texts reference the devourer, a sand entity punished by the gods to consume the unworthy. Modern excavators joke about cursed artifacts, until their tools malfunction near certain finds. Some theorists propose mass hallucination, but how could 50,000 men share the same fatal delusion? The Siwa oracle's last prophecy before its destruction, they march into the mouth of the world. Science says sandstorms don't discriminate, yet no Egyptian records mention storms that season. The terrifying truth, both myths and facts agree on one thing: something unnatural happened here. Why did Cambyses, a meticulous ruler, leave no records of this disaster, only silence? If it was a storm, why were no Persian relics found along the expected retreat path? How could 50,000 trained soldiers, equipped for desert warfare, fail to dig shelters or send runners? Why did the oracle's priests never boast about divine intervention, only offer cryptic warnings? Satellite scans show no evidence of buried masses, so where did all those bodies go? Why do modern Bedouin avoid the area, claiming the sand remembers? Recent soil tests reveal traces of a metallic compound, unknown to 500 BCE, near the disappearance site. Why did Egypt's government suddenly classify all findings after 2021, citing national heritage? How did a single Persian water flask end up in a sealed Siwan temple, 300 kilometers off their route? Why do desert animals avoid the site, their tracks always circling but never crossing it? If it was treason, why didn't defectors resurface later to bargain with Egypt or Persia? Why does Herodotus, the sole ancient source, mix precise details with obvious fabrications? The ultimate question: why has no civilization ever built atop this land in 2,500 years? And the most unsettling thought: what if they didn't vanish but were taken? In 2023, a declassified document revealed that seismic scans detected tunnels beneath the desert, not natural, but carved in perfect right angles. The tunnels match no known Egyptian or Persian architecture, but eerily resemble underground cities described in Mesopotamian myths. Forensic analysis of the melted weapons suggests exposure to extreme heat, not from fire, but something far more concentrated. Then in 2024, a linguist decoded the officer's helmet hieroglyphs. They weren't coordinates, but a countdown. The most chilling theory: the army found something, an ancient machine, a weapon, and triggered it. Local miners report hearing metallic echoes from deep below, rhythmic, like gears turning or footsteps. The Egyptian government's silence isn't just secrecy, it's fear. Fear that whatever took 50,000 men isn't finished. And the final, unbearable truth: we may have woken it up. The desert keeps its secrets, not out of malice, but because some truths are too heavy for history to hold. Cambyses' army didn't just vanish, they crossed a line into a mystery older than empires. And as the dunes shift, one question remains: will we listen to their warning or follow their footsteps? The sands are speaking, but are we ready to hear what they say? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating stories from Recall the Chronicles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.